himself out? Or did it look like he took his sock off to give it an injury?
I thought he had a sore toe. I think he stubbed it. It was toward the end of practice. I think it just came out.
I think Darren Walls and Zach Selfeld got hurt. Do you know anything about it?
Not yet. No, I came straight here. I got to check on it after this.
How were you happy to see the way Gino responded today after kind of a rough day yesterday?
He had a rough day in the red zone yesterday. He did some good things yesterday. His practice, you know, there's going to be up and down days. You try not to get too high and too low. You look at the body of work. So yesterday where it wasn't so rough today, the quarterbacks were decent. So we just got to be consistent.
What do you think of the term game manager? You know, people look at this team and they say whether it's Gino or Fitzpatrick, as long as they're a game manager, you should be in most games. How do you feel about that term with the quarterback position?
Game manager is important, but you're still going to have to make some throws. You know, you're not going to win this game just managing football games. The quarterback's going to have to make some throws. That's part of the requirement of being a quarterback. But you got to be smart. You know, you got to understand when to throw it away, when to take a sack, when to throw it out of the end zone, and when to take a chance. And that comes with experience. It comes with just understanding what your offense can do and understand what the defense gives you. And there's a lot of winning game managers in this league that's probably won Super Bowls as well that you want to so-called call game managers. But at the end of the day, you still got to be able to throw the football.
Coach, last year, Antonio Allen was kind of like a man without a country. Played corner, played safety. He was being used at safety a lot today. How do you envision using him this season?
Oh, he's playing safety for us this year.
And what have you seen from him so far?
He's athletic, you know. He's athletic in shorts and T-shirt. He runs around well. He has a passion for the game. And, you know, he's a very brash guy, which is a good thing in football. You need some swagger. So we'll see if that carries over in the summer.
He was a hard hitter in college. Do you anticipate you playing closer to the line or 20 yards off?
Both our safeties are going to be up and back. You know, it is going to be a mixture, honestly. And he's athletic enough to play up front, and he's tough enough to play up front, but he's a versatile guy. He can do a lot of things.
Looked like Calvin Pryor got a little physical at the end of a couple of plays with guys. I know there's sort of a fine line about taking that too far, especially when you're still playing touch. But what was your take on kind of what he was doing today with that?
No, it was one play, but there was a couple guys who got a little carried away, or about 3 or 4 incidents that happened on the field that we can't have happen, and we'll address that.
How have you seen Brent Cavalli? I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing his name right, at right guard with the starters the last couple of days. Is he now in that competition? Is he a legitimate candidate?
I think all of them are legitimate candidates. You know, some are nicked up, and some get to work, and some hadn't gotten to work and are getting to work now. And we're looking at this as an extension of OTAs. So, however many he didn't get in OTAs, he's getting a shot to get a look now.
Do you view Dozier as a center or guard? Where will he continue to work both at the start of training camp, or do you want to narrow him down to one?
He's going to work both.
What would you see in him that made you think, as a staff, this guy could be a decent center or ever work there at least as a backup?
Well, he's bright. Like I said, we're moving a lot of guys around right now. So when we get the pads on, we'll see if that's worth what it is out of pads. But he is a bright guy. He's short. He's compact. He can play both spots. And we'll see going forward when we put the pads on whether he's good at one or the other.
Todd, will you give your guys guidelines on what they should be doing over this 6-week break before camp, football-wise?
They have, they get football packets and they get workout things that they do for the times that they're off because they know they got conditioning tests when they come back. So it will be wise of them to come back in shape, and we're not holding spots for anybody. You come back out of shape, and the next guy up.
Todd, last week, Antonio Cromartie said some things saying he thought Revis was better than Sherman. It was critical of Sherman's game. This isn't related, but today, he was sort of jabbing back and forth with Kellen Winslow, who's a great year. Are you okay with guys being, that outspoken or public, talking about other guys, that sort of thing?
Oh, me and Crow talked about it. I don't know what happened today about the Kellen Winslow thing. I'm not on Twitter, Facebook, or any of those things, but, no, not at all. Not at all. And we talked about it. We're just trying to focus on the team. Like I said, we didn't win last year, and there's really nothing to talk about other than us getting better. All the other outside stuff you don't worry about.
Todd, now that your players, at least most of them, have been around you for a few months, what impression do you hope you've left on them in terms of how you'll handle them, your expectations for them, and the way you want them to go about their business?
Hopefully accountability and just understanding what their job is and how they go about doing it and how they carry themselves. You know, communication as far as taking care of each other and understanding every day they go home and leave this building, something can happen, just to be more aware of their surroundings and learn from other people's mistakes. They don't have to make them themselves. So hopefully we're getting that across. It's going to take some time, but that's what we're trying to get across.
God, everywhere I go, everybody is preaching tempo in practice. Tempo, tempo. Are you pleased with the way you guys are practicing and the tempo you're going at right now?
Yeah, I am, Brian. We get finished through the drills about 3 or 4 minutes early, sometimes 5 to 8, so the tempo's been pretty good.
I know you're not big on evaluations of guys in shorts, but now that the spring is almost done, has anyone stood out to you? Any couple of guys been surprise players this spring?
I don't know if they're surprise players, guys I didn't know as well, being in a different conference. Just consistency-wise, Marcus Williams and Walls have been very consistent with their approach, and they have very good instinct. That just stood out from what I saw during the spring.
Todd, there's a nasty rumor that you did not bust it out of the box when you played in the softball game last week until you realized maybe you could beat out the hit. Is that true? And if so, why?
I beat out the hit, and I probably was the second fastest on the team, so next to Decker. So that just puts me in the Mickey Rivers category. Joe wanted to sign me, but I told him I had work to do back here, and so I kind of gave that career up a little while ago.
Is that why the knee brace is on this week?
No, that's just old age.
You didn't drop a fly ball with Mikey.
I did not drop a fly ball. I caught a fly ball, and I turned the double play at first base. Hey, not bad for an old man.
Everybody good?
Thanks, guys.
I'm better.